Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and this is Expedition 3 Pages. So it's been a really long time since I made one of these videos, but I am ready to come back to BookTube, which I'm really excited about because I have really missed you guys and missed making videos. So the day that I'm actually going to put this video up, which is the 1st of November, marks the very first day that I put my first BookTube video up 5 years ago, which is crazy. So yeah, I thought what better time to start making videos again than on my anniversary. So what I wanted to do in this video was talk to you about some books that I'm currently reading that I'm really hoping to finish in November, because I have been reading some of them for quite a while, so I need to just finish them. I'm so close on some of them as well. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was my new book club that I'm going to be starting next year, which is called the History of STEM book club, which I'm really excited about. So if you are interested in that as well, then stick to the end because I will discuss a little bit more about that. So yeah, let's chat about some books that I've been reading. So I guess we may as well start with my Kindle one. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but my Kindle's a bit dusty. That tells you like how little I've read of this book recently. I have been reading Dragonflight by Anne McCaffrey for a really long time. Well, when I say really long time, I mean a few months, but I'm only on I think about 46%, and I think the reason that I've stalled with this one is just because it's on my Kindle and I just haven't been in the mood recently to read off my Kindle. But if you don't know what this book is the first book in the Dragon Riders of Pern series. I'm going to put this down and put the actual, because it's very shiny, put the actual book up here for you. But yeah, this world, I am actually like enjoying the book every time I pick it up. I do think it's quite light-hearted and quite humorous, and I really like the main female character as well. But the concept of this book is that you're following a colony of humans that have basically come from Earth to another planet to colonize. And this was like hundreds of years ago, I think. And at this point, I don't think that they have any kind of ties to the rest of that kind of community wherever they are in the universe. And they're quite isolated and they've lost a lot of their history to myths. So like things that actually did happen have become just like myth over time, and there are people that don't believe it, people that do still believe it. And there are these things called threads, which I don't know what they are at the moment, but periodically something happens and there's like a battle or something, and for that they need these dragons and these dragon riders. If these threads or whatever they are come again, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble because a lot of the lords of the land have like disregarded anything that they need to do to like help themselves if that ever happens. So that concept is just really interesting to me, and I am excited to carry on with the book and then the series as well at the moment. So yeah, it's going well. I just need to pick it back up again and actually finish the book. And I've only got like just over half to read, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's not even a long book. I don't know what my problem is. Another book that I'm currently in the middle of, well, I'm almost like at the end of this one. That's how much I've got left. This is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. And this I'm really enjoying. This is fascinating to me mostly because it was quite controversial in its time. And I do like the story as well. It's got a little bit repetitive on the section that I'm in at the moment, but at the start especially, I absolutely loved it and was like reading constantly. And I really felt like I was going to finish it in a few days. In this book, you are reading from the point of view of this gentleman. I've now forgotten his name because it's been so long since I started it. What is his name? Oh dear, it doesn't tell me what his name is, so I can't remember what the guy's name is. How bad is that? Sorry if you can hear that squawking outside, it's a bird. You're following from this gentleman's perspective, and he lives in this small village, and then one day this woman and her son come to town, and there's like lots of mystery around her, and he becomes like very interested in her. And then not so very far into it, it switches to her perspective, and you go back and you find out why and how she ended up in this town. And it was controversial of its time because, well, there's a foreword at the beginning by Anne Bronte where she talks about the fact that people didn't like it because she speaks very honestly about human nature, I think, and about how some people can treat others, which is terrible. There are some awful people in this book, and Anne hasn't shied away from it. She hasn't romanticized the relationships in this book. She's really just like throwing everything at it. And she said that she wanted her book to be a bit of a warning to women about some men, which is just quite interesting. Anyway, I haven't got to the end of it yet, so I don't know how it finishes, but I'm interested in reading it, and every time I pick it up I do really like it. It's just the reason that I have kind of halted on it a little bit is because I settled down one day to pick this up and I thought, I know, I'll listen to it, like I listen to most classics, but I'll also read along because I bought this book at the Brontes Museum when I went and I like saw their house, which was really cool. Great museum if you're ever in the UK and you get a chance. It's in the north of England and it was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, so I settled down to do some like immersive reading, so listening and reading at the same time. And then I realised my audiobook was like abridged and it didn't say anywhere that it was abridged, and then I couldn't find an audiobook that wasn't abridged, and even some of the texts that were available on Everend were also like cut, so it was really weird. And then I felt like I couldn't just listen to it, so then I really slowed down because then I felt like I needed to sit down, listen and read at the same time so I wouldn't miss big passages, because I felt like the passages they were skipping weren't necessarily essential to the plot, but I really felt like some of the ones that they skipped really like made the characters seem even worse, so it's just interesting to me which paragraphs they cut out. Anyway, so I definitely have to like read this alongside listening to it. But yeah, word of warning, the audiobooks around do not tell you that they're abridged, and there is more information here. Maybe you don't mind that, but I felt like as I had the book I couldn't then not read along as well. Having said that, I didn't go back to the beginning, so there are chunks of text that I probably missed in the beginning of this, but I do feel like I will read this one day, so I don't mind that so much. It's fine. The next book that I'm currently reading, I'm actually hoping to finish today, and that is The Last Children of Tokyo by Yoko Tawada. And look, I'm so close to the end. Can you see that? I'm on page 84 and there's only like 130 something pages, I think. This book is a dystopian that's set in, I think, like the near future, but quite far away. But not like ridiculously far away, I don't think. You're following this gentleman called Yoshiro who is in his hundreds, like early hundreds, I think. But it feels like he's come from a society of almost utopia. So like humanity are very healthy, they can live a long time, you know, things are good. But at this stage of the book, the world is in lockdown because they've poisoned the earth, and I am assuming that is due to climate change. Actually, I think it might be also nuclear war. Don't quote me on that. I feel like there may have been a war as well. But anyway, society is in lockdown, the earth is poisoned, and basically all the countries have decided to separate from each other in order to deal with their own crisis, because they've decided the matter is like too big to work out together, so everyone's like shut off from one another. And we're in Japan, and it's interesting because actually all foreign words and stuff, you're not allowed to use them anymore, and things are kind of moving away from having any knowledge of the outside world. And what's happened, I guess because of this poisoning, or because the way the world has changed, it's meant that the children that are being born now can't absorb calcium, so their bones are really weak, and they're just really weak in general, and they really need to be looked after by their elders, who are the fit and healthy ones. So you're following Yoshiro, who is this great grandfather who is like much healthier than his great grandson, and it's just a really interesting concept. I am liking the book. You're kind of learning about Yoshiro's family, like his daughter, grandson, great-grandson, and how they live and what they're up to, but I'm not really sure where it's going at the moment, so I feel like how this book wraps up is going to be like hit or miss for me a little bit, because although I'm enjoying it and I think the concept is really interesting, I do feel like I needed maybe a little bit more from it than what I'm getting now to like really love it. Okay, so then the final book that I'm in the middle of, only 4, so it's not too bad, is Julia by Sandra Newman. So this is a 1984 retelling. I think it came out last year, but also don't quote me on that either. I'm reading this for my friends and family book club, and we've got a book club on this Sunday, so today is Thursday, so I've only got a few days to finish it, and I am 25% of the way through this one. And in this book you're following the events that happen in 1984 through the eyes of Julia, who is like the female character in 1984. And yeah, I'm really not sure how I'm feeling about this so far, because it is quite brutal in parts, like already, and Mum has told me some really disturbing scene is coming up, and I don't know, I'm wary of it. But it is really readable. I'm listening to it, and it's just like really easy to listen to. It's just some of it is like horrid. Definitely, if you wanted to pick up this book, look up trigger warnings, because even already, I think it was chapter 2, something awful happened in the bathrooms, and I was like, I really wish I hadn't read that. But yeah, I don't know. That's the thing with books, you never know what's going to come up or like how gruesome it's going to be. I am interested in carrying on. Like I say, I'm enjoying listening to it, but I really have no idea if I'm going to end up liking this one or not. I didn't end up liking 1984 actually when I read it years ago, And the section of the book that I didn't like was Julia's section. Like the section of the book that I didn't like the most was Julia's section. So I'm like, am I gonna like this? I don't know, but we'll see. So yeah, these are the 4 books that I'm currently reading at the moment, this and Julia, and I really hope that I can get these done like early on in November so I can read some other stuff. In December, I do plan on playing Where's Santa? So if you watched that series on my channel last year, I do plan on doing that again. It will be slightly different, I think, but not that much different. Right, so now we need to talk about the book club. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. I was thinking about my channel and about the reasons why I started my channel in the first place, and one was because I was doing my Reading Around the World challenge, which I am still low-key doing, but I haven't really made any videos about it. Hopefully I will do in the future, because I am enjoying doing that. It's a lengthy process the way I was doing it, and I'm a really slow reader, and then I get distracted by all the fun readathons that there ever are, and then I go off piste. So I'm going to try and rein myself in a little bit, I think, next year. But one of the other reasons that I started my channel was that I really wanted to talk about science, because I studied physics, I love physics, I like all kinds of like learning about science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and I just thought, why not create a book club to try and really like focus in and make sure I'm reading those books, because I have shelves and shelves of, well, no, when I say shelves and shelves, I have about 2 shelves worth of popular science and mathematics books and stuff that I just don't ever read. So I really just want to get on it now. I know that some of you guys are also interested in that, so I thought I would try and make a really low-key quarterly book club. And so what I've decided is that every 3 months I'm going to announce a topic that I'm going to be making a video about and talking about, with the focus on one particular book, but also maybe talking about other books as well. And if you would like to join in, which I would love, is you could just watch the video when it comes out and chat in the comments, or you could read about the subject, choosing your own books, and then come in and discuss in the comments the books that you've read around that subject. Or you could read along with me the book that I'm reading, and we can discuss that together. Essentially, I kind of thought non-fiction book clubs, we don't have to worry about spoilers, and actually talking about other books around that area will help other people find books that they maybe would like to read as well. So yeah, my plan is to make it very casual and chilled and chilled out. And so because of that, I've decided not to make a Discord or anything like that. It's only going to be on YouTube, so it'll just be one video that comes out where we can all have a chat, whoever wants to have a chat about it, basically. Anyway, the topic that I have decided for the first round of this is going to be black holes. And the book that I have decided that I'm going to read for this is A Brief History of Black Holes by Dr. Becky Smethurst. And Dr. Becky Smethurst is actually a YouTuber as well. She has a channel called Dr. Becky, so I will link that down in the description if you wanted to go and check it out. She talks about all things like astrophysics in there. I haven't really watched a lot of her stuff. I have watched a few videos, but like years ago. So I would like to watch some more now to see how she's doing and like find out what kind of videos she's making and stuff. But yeah, so this is just what it says on the tin, A Brief History of Black Holes. It does have some images and stuff. I don't know how technical it's gonna get, but it does say, a cosmic tale of discovery, Becky explains why black holes aren't really black, that you never ever want to be spaghettified, how black holes are more like sofa cushions than hoovers, and why, beyond the event horizon, the future is a direction in space rather than in time. Told with humour and informed by cutting-edge research, this captivating book reveals why the most profound questions about our universe lie hidden inside black holes. I'm really, really excited about this one. I think black holes are fascinating. I have read another book about black holes recently, but I'm going to talk about that soon, so I won't mention it here. I'm excited. She is an astrophysicist at Oxford University, and according to her blurb on YouTube, she is researching into supermassive black holes and how they affect the galaxies that they're in. So she is like proper in her field. She's writing what she knows about, and I'm just really excited to find out more. If you would like to join me, then like I say, feel free to pick up this book or pick up any other book on black holes that you like, and then we can have a discussion. So I'm planning on bringing out the video on the first Friday in February next year. So we've got ages to read this and to do this. So if you would like to join me, please do. I'd absolutely love it. And yeah, hope to see you there. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with me for my first video back. I definitely stumbled over all my words and I'll have to cut out a lot of footage. But hopefully I get back into the swing of things. I have missed making videos and chatting to you guys. And yeah, I'd absolutely love to know what you're currently reading and how you are. And yeah, let me know. Let me know everything down in the comments. All right, I'll speak to you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.